Around 6 months ago, I went for a bushwalk where I was just dwelling on my life. Where I was thinking, fuck, I'm 22. I'm running out of time. I got shit to do, man. And then I was thinking and dwelling on the questions, what do I genuinely want? Why do I want the things I want? And that was when I visualized myself being a pro boxer and making 10K a month. But in a moment of 4D chess, I realized I wanted those things not for me, not because of the inherent I want to do those things, but because I craved validation and acceptance from others. That I wanted to be perceived as the type of person that succeeds in being a pro boxer and making 10K a month. Because being perceived as someone who's capable of that, that'd be fucking sick. And that was basically when I realized I want to live my life for me and do the shit that I genuinely want to do, not go down a road where I'm only doing it because of others. Before I get into the main content, I do want to introduce myself. So my name's Jacob, and I'm on a mission to help 1,000 young men rewire their minds and become genuinely happy. And this is coming from someone who used to be incredibly anxious. I lacked confidence. I hated myself. I was insecure as fuck. I had a constant stream of negative thoughts, and I was terrified of being alone with my own thoughts, with my own mind. Then I genuinely got my shit together, undid all of that, and now I want to help 1,000 young men do the same. So subscribe to join me on this journey. So my first point is to stop caring what other people think and to live life for you, not for others. It's basically going from my first point, my first little story I told you. It's to live life and make decisions based on what you actually want for your life, not being stuck in living in other people's expectations. Like, some people genuinely want to start being a YouTuber and think that would be an awesome little hobby or a career, potential career for them to do, and they genuinely want to try it. But they don't end up making even their first video because they're too worried about how their friends and their family are going to react to that. They're going to think, they often play like the worst case scenario in their head. They're just like, oh, if they find their videos, they're going to find it so cringe and I'm not going to be able to do that because I care so much what they think. But why are you going to let a little bit of embarrassment, a little bit of cringe? And that's even if they do. Honestly, people don't care that much. They might be like, oh, okay, cool. That is genuinely the reaction most people would give you. So on top of you shouldn't care what other people think and just do it anyway, do it regardless of how you feel, the judgment that you're basing it off isn't usually even right. Like, you're just going off the worst case scenario. That usually doesn't come to pass. It's usually just like, people are so absorbed in their own life, they don't care. They might cringe, they might laugh, and then they'll forget about it a week later. It's just like, they're too busy with their own fucking problems to care about your shitty little videos, to be honest. I'm only saying it like that because my videos are shitty and I just got started too, so you can only get good once you put in the reps, put in the work. Like, you also don't want to live a life you're going to regret when you're older. When you're 80 years old on your deathbed, are you going to be thinking, wow, I'm so glad I didn't start that YouTube channel. That potentially could have changed my life because I was scared of what my family thought. No, you're not going to think that. You're going to be like, oh yeah, I'm so glad I spent my time on that. I'm so glad I did it regardless of how I feel. I'm so glad I did it regardless of how they would have thought. Because I fucking genuinely wanted to do it, so I did it. It's just like, yeah, that's how you want to live your life. You don't want to live your life in regret. Regretting something is probably the worst emotion you can feel. And I'm sure you can very much agree with me, because if there's ever a girl that you've not asked out and you're living in what if, it's a good summation of regret and how you feel. And you don't want to live like that, do you? Nah. So for a bit of an action step, maybe after this video or maybe tonight, I want you to spend some time journaling about yourself and what you genuinely want to do. You could ask yourself a few questions like, what does my ideal life look like in 10 years? What does my dream life in 30 years look like? What do I want next year? What actions do I genuinely want to do? What problems do I want to solve? What type of person would I want to be? What are my values? Who do I want to change into? These are all good questions that will help you gain a self-awareness and self-understanding so you can make better decisions later down the line. I want you to think of your life like you're a DIY project. that you're working on like a car or something and you want to upgrade, say, some parts in it. You want to chuck a turbo on it. You want to go faster. You want some better tires. You want some nicer exterior. Think of your life in that avenue. Or you can think of yourself like you're doing home repairs. That day your main door's hinge broke off. That is equivocal to say you noticed or someone said you have poor posture. And now, okay, I have poor posture, let's fix it. Let's go fix the door. We need to fix the door, so let's go do it. There are things in your life that you want to fix, that you should go improve it. Or you want more relationships, you want better health, you want more wealth. Any of these avenues you can just take the time to determine what actions you need to do and start doing them. Or you can think of your life like you're a video game character, that you have stats to level up. Like if you want to go level up your mind, go fucking read a book or go take a course. Or if you want to go level up your wealth, your money, go work a job, go start an online business, go take a sales call. Or if you want to level up your strength, your stamina, go hit a workout, go for a run. Just basically, I want you to have a self-improvement mindset for your entire life. Because once you have that self-improvement mindset, once you realize that I have parts of my life where I'm not happy with, okay, let's level them the fuck up. Let's get them better. Let's constantly be improving. Once you start thinking like that, your life can literally only get better over and over. It's just going to keep compounding on itself. It's like, why would you genuinely not want to think like this? You're constantly getting better, and you're literally right now, if you adopt this mindset, you're literally the dumbest version of yourself that you're ever going to be, because you're constantly going to get better. And with time, you're literally going to get more attractive to girls, because you're going to have worked on yourself. You're going to be more attractive to girls, better social skills, better literally in every avenue. And literally, you just get to watch your life get better over time. And that in and of itself is fucking sick. Like when you have something to look forward to, when you know that life is literally just going to get better, I think that helps with waking up each morning, being that extra bit happier. And you can also start being more grateful because, yeah, my life's going to fucking improve. That's fucking sick. So just slowly start implementing things like that. If there's a slight little aspect you want to work on, just determine what do you need to do to level that up and start doing it every day. Start slowly, because that's the way we build habits. Just start really slowly, start autistically small, and then you can build up over time. And then that's where, again, compounding starts happening. So also, it's not just me who's said this, but a lot of other masculine men have said this, that we need something to work towards. We need a purpose. We need goals being set and worked towards. That men are happiest when we're actually working towards something. And I can say this is 100% of a fact, because when I was working towards getting stronger in the gym each week, that was by far my happiest. Not when I was fucking playing video games. That's for goddamn certain. When I was working to leveling up in the gym each week and going hard, tracking all my lifts, that was the most enjoyable. Bit of a shameless plug. I do bet you're the type of person that takes his improvement and his happiness genuinely seriously. I have a course on leveling those up in the description. Check it out. If not, just continue on. Thank you. Back to the video. Okay, the third little point, it again goes on from the self-improvement mindset, is to work towards goals. Very quickly, I want you to close your eyes and imagine your life in 20 years. Imagine your life in the exact same skill set, same or worse physique, same career, same relationships. Everything's the goddamn same. Your life hasn't gotten any better, hasn't gotten any worse. You never achieved anything great, and you're mediocre at everything. Now, you can open your eyes. Now, if you're anything like me, that future, that terrifies you most of all. Because imagine staying stuck at the same thing and not improving, not having a better life, when in the back of your mind, you're thinking, I could have been so much more. I could have done so much more. And living like that, again, it's like living with regret that you could have been so much more. That is something that I really don't want you to have to go through. And basically, if you don't make a shift in your life in the next recent future, this is going to be your life. And if you're happy with mediocrity, sure, go ahead. But if you're anything like me, you're not. And also on top of, if you don't set goals, you're going to end up in a mediocre future. You're missing out on experience and love from girls that are genuinely attractive. Because when you want to know something about women, girls only fuck those who they respect. Not having a goal or something you're actively working towards makes you a lot less attractive and a lot less likely to be respected. Because when you're working on something, that is very attractive. And if you're not working on something, your mind might just be constantly on girls. And when you're constantly thinking of them, they can tell. And that is extremely unattractive to them. They won't say it is, but if your mind is just only on girls, then I've done the same in the past, and that is extremely unattractive. You need something to work towards. And you want to know something? Like 95% of people don't have a single goal written down. To me, that's absolutely absurd. How can you plan for a better life if you don't have a single goal written down? Much less you're taking the action every day towards achieving the goal, which is far less than that. So before you do anything, I want you to pause the video and write down a few goals in your aspects of your life. Maybe a health goal, lose a few pounds of fat. Maybe a personal goal, I want to be a bit more courageous. I want to start talking to more people. And then maybe a wealth goal, start the YouTube channel. Fucking anything like that. Set some goals and then work towards them. If you're wondering what happens when you don't have goals to work towards, look at the 40-year-old retail worker who absolutely fucking hates his life. That's the type of future that people who don't set goals have. And then they're just stuck in a job, stuck in a cycle that they just hate. They hate themselves, they hate the job, and they're stuck with a mid-relationship that they could have had so much more. All because they didn't work harder when they were younger and set goals. And obviously I am sort of generalizing here. Not all retail workers are like that because of they didn't set goals, but you get the picture I'm trying to make. And also, we are like this. We want more for our lives. We don't want to live like that 40-year-old retail worker. It might come from a bit of an ego we have, but we know we're capable and we know we want more. Like, I know if you're anything like me, we have a deep belief that we're inherently capable of more. So yeah, for the action step, as I said earlier, write down some goals. And then underneath those goals, I want you to write daily, weekly, and monthly action steps required to actually achieve those goals. Because if you don't have the process, what you actually need to do to achieve the goal, you're just going to be like, okay, that's a cool goal. Yep, got a goal now. But what do you actually have to do to work towards and achieve it? Say you want to be more social. Okay, let's set a daily goal of talking to one new stranger. And then maybe make a habit tracker and tick that off every time you do it. And then make a cross when you don't do it. Something like that. You got a brain, I believe in you. You can figure out what you need to do in order to achieve your goal. Like, doing this and improving your life is going to make you so much more happy and give you so much more self-confidence. So please do that before you go on. So what are you inputting into your mind and into your body? Okay, so the fourth point is your inputs. What's being inputted into your body and into your mind? It's the information that you constantly receive, take in and accept, and it's the habits you constantly do to your body, like food, sleep. Like 2 years ago, I would wake up and the first thing I would do, reach for my phone, oh, Instagram, start scrolling instantly. Before my brain's even warmed up, I'm just dopamine. And then I'm just fucking, again, this is with dopamine and your feel-good chemical. So the normal day, your dopamine levels and just the way you feel goes up, starts there, and then maybe do some exercise, maybe talk to a few friends, your dopamine levels, they go up a little bit. But how did I start my day? Start your day, woo! You have so much dopamine, you're such a high, and then for the rest of the day, bang. This is like your little baseline, and this is like your baseline over here. It's like you're based on like you're feeling neutral. You're not particularly happy, not particularly sad. You're just existing. But after you do those bad habits, you're just like, ooh. And it's like it wasn't just scrolling that made it worse. It was jacking off. It was junk food. It was not doing good habits that would offset some of this fucking shit that I would do to my body. Like I wouldn't see sunlight for a few hours, and that obviously negatively affected me. I wouldn't drink water. And yeah, it's just shit like that. Like as a result of all this, my mind was constantly emotional. Like my fucking mood was haywire. It's constantly in that state there. I just felt like shit. Couldn't think straight. My mind was foggy. If I was working, I was useless. If I was trying to study or learn anything, I was useless. I was literally making myself brain dead. I was putting my brain at like 40% efficiency. When it's just like, you could not do those habits. And it's like the one good habit I had that I consistently did was going to the gym. And I would even not want to do that. I love the gym, but I wouldn't want to go to the gym because what? I feel lethargic, I feel like shit. I just feel weak as hell because of all the other shit habits that I'm doing to myself. And so what I did an audit to my inputs, everything I was inputting into my body and my mind. I figured out what the fuck is causing me such problems, and then I just got rid of it. So in my mind, it's the information I'm consuming, it's the friends I'm hanging out with, it's like news I'm consuming, it's courses or YouTube videos, because everything you consume has an influence on your mind, your beliefs, and what you talk about, and just what you think about. If you consume fucking negative news all day, where it's just talking about how life is horrible, how do you think your outlook on life is going to represent and materialize? No, you're going to think, okay, life's miserable because of what you're consuming all day. If you could tailor that to something more conducive to what you want, say fucking, you don't have to be full anal about this, but you could consume courses on what you want to learn. And it's like, if the friends you're hanging out with are constantly partying and doing drugs, hey, what are you going to do? What are you going to think about? Oh yeah, when's the next time I'm going to go get drunk? That's what you're constantly thinking about because that's what your friends are thinking about. And you want to be like your friends. Do a little bit of an audit and think about those type of people I want to be friends with. If they are, fucking your life, not mine. But actually have a think about it before you just keep living. And then there's the inputs to your actual body. So it's the sleep that you're not getting, or you are getting. It's the diet you're putting into your body. It's the food, it's the processed food. It's the junk food, it's the ice cream. It's all that shit that is messing up your brain, your chemicals, and making you feel like shit. Wow, again, revolutionary advice. Fix your diet, fix your sleep, drink water. You're going to feel better, and exercise. Wow, revolutionary advice. But who would have guessed the basics actually work for a fucking reason? That they're actually important and actually do have a big influence on your life, as they did mine. Literally, just get those 4 things sorted. Do some exercise, get your diet sorted, get your sleep sorted, and maybe talk to a few people. Socially connect with people. And that base level will make you 100 times happier than if you're doing habits that cause your brain to go down there. Like honestly, they fucking destroyed my happiness levels by partaking in all of these bad habits. So if you genuinely want to be happier, you have to learn to undo those bad habits. And the best way that I've found to undo some of those bad habits is to go about it in a slow, methodical way. Like say your worst habit right now is porn. Okay, for the next 30, 60 days, forget about all the other bad habits, keep doing them, whatever, doesn't matter. You're going to focus on quitting porn. You're going to direct your attention on quitting porn. Slowly and slowly, you're going to do less. Like say week 1, you watch it fucking 7 times. Like say normally you watch porn, say fucking 14 times a week. You're a fucking complete degenerate. Now maybe the first week you're trying to stop it. Maybe 7 times a week instead of 14. Then maybe week 2 if you're trying to quit, maybe just go down to 3 or 4. Then maybe week 3, 1 or 2. And then by week 4, you could probably try to do 1 and maybe not watch porn at all. Then maybe week 5, don't watch porn at all. Week 6, no porn at all. Slowly progress it down to having and not partaking in the habit at all. That's the best way to not do habits, is to consciously put attention, you want to stop, and now over time, let's slowly go down and doing the habit. Because the worst mistake people can do is all at once say, okay, never watching porn again. Yeah, you're right. You're definitely going to never watch porn again after you say that. Yeah. The amount of times how people say that and think that and believe that and then relapse a few days later, it's absolutely fucking absurd. It's because people don't understand their brain is still fucking wired for this. Okay, now quick little summary for you. So first point was living life for you, not caring about what others think, and journaling, figuring out what do you genuinely want out of life, and then fucking going for it. And then number 2, you're a bit of a DIY project. I want you to have that self-improvement mindset, that you're a fucking broken little house that you can just start working on fixing. Number 3, I want you to work towards a goal, because men are most happy, most fulfilled when working towards a goal, and we're also more attracted to the opposite sex when we do that. Number 4, audit your inputs, the information to your mind, and the shit we consume in our body. Figure out what's good, what's bad. Slowly add the good stuff, slowly remove the bad. And that's the video. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Take care. Bye.